Hello viewers and welcome to another episode of Trash Talk on Flying Circus, where I talk about the planes in the book. In this episode, let's talk about the rest of the airplanes in the core airplane catalog, Part 3, starting with the Saft Altmann Motorbau 99, the dragster in the sky. Saft Altmann Motorbau was an engine manufacturer in Eisenfluss, a free city in Daimler, building the popular Courier V8 series for other nations. They also produced custom aircraft for export, militia forces, and eventually, the Alliance of Free Cities. The Saft 99 represented the ultimate evolution of their scouts, with many clever innovations such as a high-speed propeller, internal bomb bay, and razor-thin multibay wings. The weight of the aircraft and staid, careful aerodynamics rendered it a poor-turning fighter, but the geared engine allowed it to outclimb, outdive or outrun nearly anything else in the air. It is often said that a disciplined Saft 99 pilot is almost invincible, but a reckless Saft 99 pilot will ruin a beautiful aircraft as they die. The Saft 99 is really a well-designed aircraft, because when you look at its price tag, you won't believe its performance at all. It's fast with high boost thanks to its powerful engine and high-speed propeller, tough as all hell, highly stable, with twin machine guns and telescopic sight to give a bonus to draw a bead move. All these make the Saft 99 a supreme energy fighter like no other. It even has two bombs just to ruin someone's day down below. So what's the problem? Well, this thing is the only plane in the entire core catalog to have turn bleed 3, and look at its stall speed. You can barely spend your speed at all, so even with its high speed, if you dogfight, you can't win at all. You need to get away if you ever get lured into a turn fight. Unless you get very lucky, your plane will be a part of the ground soon, but outside of that, nobody can out-energy fight you. As for its variants, there's the Saft 99 motor cannon, because as it turns out, many Saft 99, including early ones, don't use machine gun much. They use a 37mm cannon instead. That's because the Saft 99 is based on SPAD S13, a later version of SPAD S12, which was armed with a cannon mounted right through the engine block as a spinner gun. The plane, however, underwent a very limited production run due to the difficulty in flying the plane thanks to numerous factors related to the cannon, like the fact that the cannon breech has to emerge into the cockpit so it can be reloaded, which mean conventional stick control was out of the question and split setup on either side of the pilots were used. After firing the cannon, cockpit would be filled with fume when reloading the damn thing, and also, it's a cannon. In an airplane, it's already difficult enough for novice pilots to hit other plane with machine gun, let alone a big slow shell. Instead, the plane was exclusively made for highly skilled pilots such as René Fonck, who apparently downed 11 German airplanes exclusively with the cannon. There wasn't much of them left afterward. And in Flying Circus, the Saft 99 motor cannon almost works the same, incredibly difficult for new pilots, but a deadly weapon for ace pilots, especially with special munition. However, there's also another kind of Saft 99 motor cannon, one with light repeating cannon, much easier to hit something with it, and maybe even higher damage ceiling. I recommend an additional mass of ammo because otherwise running out of shells might be a real risk. Either way, the Saft 99 is just a supreme energy fighter for anyone that wants to only do energy fighting, with machine guns or big cannons. Next up, let's talk about the Saft Altmann Motorbau 1144, an excellent light bomber. The Saft 1144 used their massive SAM Transporter 300 HP engine and was a conventional-looking light bomber, observer, and auxiliary fighter. It is widely considered one of the best two-seaters in the world, with price being the primary drawback. The austere styling of the 1144 again hides some impressive features, including a duralumin frame and passively operated flaps. Its closest equivalent is perhaps the Markgraf Zerstorer, but while the Zerstorer is a better fighter, the 1144 concentrates on carrying a bomb load approaching a true bomber while retaining enough speed to challenge most scouts. The toughness of the 1144 is legendary all on its own. Despite lacking cantilevers, the cross-braced wings and steel construction mean aircraft have returned from missions with considerable structural damage, including missing pieces of wing or shattered spars. The most common complaint about the 1144 is one shared with most SAM designs: visibility. The exhaust pipe, often referred to as the smokestack, sits dead in the pilot's vision for some reason. The Saft 1144 is one of the best light bomber in the entire core airplane catalog, for a very good reason. It's fast, tough, has low stall speed, a better than usual fuel range, guns in just about every direction, and a 10 mass bomb load with bomb sight to drop the bomb accurately. Though while its turn bleed is 1, you probably don't want to dogfight with this thing. It has high overspeed anyway. As mentioned in its history, It is easy to compare this plane with Markgraf Zerstörer B, but in general these two planes do a different role. The Zerstörer has a focus on doing everything, while the SAM 1144 is focusing on being the best light bomber possible, so it has slightly bigger bomb load, higher speed, and higher toughness, while the Zerstörer is more agile and has higher power, allowing it to fight other planes better. The reason why this thing is so expensive is because of all the aluminium or duralumin components put into this thing. It is also based on the Breguet 14, the first mass-produced aircraft to use large amounts of aluminium in its structure. In fact, this plane is so expensive, it only has a single variation, the 1144 Sturzbomber, that replaces basic flat for dive brake so it can dive from even higher altitude without wrecking the engine in the process. Honestly, this thing is just kinda too expensive for its job, so unless you are a scion, has a lot of money, or just doesn't want to fly something as sluggish as a strategic bomber, then the SAM 1144 might just fit you. Or you can steal one, I guess. Anyway, let's move on to the Tiger Mammoth, an extreme range bomber. The Tiger Mammoth is famous as the first four-engine aircraft, but post-war it is often considered underwhelming due to the low power of its engines. The majority were restored to passengers and cargo carriers after the UWF fell, and those still in combat use are drastically modified. If you are a cargo driver, however, the Mammoth has much to recommend it. The glass cockpit is comfortable to fly from for long journeys, the machine is easily reconfigured for goods or passengers, and the low-powered engines are fairly easy to maintain. It's a very practical machine, if not a very powerful one. Most Mammoths have one or two defensive turrets on the roof. The gunners climb up from the cabin to operate a pivoting gun on a stand to hopefully deter any opportunistic attackers. Wholly exposed, this position is popularly known as the stake, or der Fall, a reference to the poles firing squad victims would be tied to for wartime executions. The Tiger Mammoth is an old but cheap strategic bomber that carries 20 massive bomb and capable of reaching an absolutely ridiculous range. In fact, it actually has the longest fuel range in the entire catalog, so you never ever need to worry about fuel loss in this thing. It also has the benefit of connected cockpit, allowing the crew to switch places without having to climb dangerously over the plane itself, intercom to let the crew communicate clearly with each other, and electric heating so things never get too cold. Being in this plane is actually quite comfortable. While it is very slow and sluggish due to its size, it's very stable, and the engines, all four of them, are very reliable. Its real weakness is that none of its guns can point downward, so if a plane can keep poking at its belly, there's not much it can do. As for its variations, there's the common transport variant, which replaces the bomb load with large cargo bay or 10 passenger seats. Remember to remove frame section as necessary, useful in carrying stuff, but honestly, there's way cheaper plane for this role, without the guns though. There's also one stake variant which remove the rear mounted turret. Remember to remove frame section as necessary again, this makes the plane just a touch lighter. Then there's Free City's Albatros bomber, which upgrades all the engines to SAM Transporter 1, add 4 more fuel tank, and you get a modernized faster version of the Tiger Mammoth. That's also very expensive and very sluggish, has a lot of boost though. As a conclusion, the Tiger Mammoth is an extremely long-range and somewhat cheap option for those that just want to bomb the heck out of something 1,000 kilometers away, and that's not all, because it has an even more distinct variation. Designed to move small quantities of goods through unfriendly skies, this example of a customized Tiger Mammoth has gone through quite a lot of changes. Among the main modifications is aftermarket overcompression and supercharging on all engines, cut down wings for extra agility and speed, and the addition of 2 enclosed gun turrets, each carrying 4 11mm interlinked machine guns for defense. This machine likely would have been used for moving medicine, narcotics, and people who wanted to evade interception. Smuggler vehicles like this were once a common sight in Himmelgard, a testament to the lawlessness of the era. Say hello to the most expensive, oh wait no it's actually not, but it's still the most ridiculous airplane in the core airplane catalog. This is the Mammoth Smuggler Custom, and it might looks like
a piece of junk,
but it's fast as hell, very agile, tough, extremely long range, can fly higher than most planes, has tremendous amount of firepower in every single direction, comes with 4 seats with seat belts on, capable of carrying not so insignificant amount of contrabands, and probably have cup holders. If you ever need to transport something or someone through dangerous airspace, this is the one plane that will get you through it, mostly. Of course, it's gonna cost you, like a lot. Using this plane for NPC does bring a fun unique to it on its own. There's nothing else in the book like it, it's so ridiculous. Heck, You could even just get all the players to fly this mess of a plane together if you want an entirely different experience of flying Circus. And that's all on these 4 final airplanes of the core book catalog, from the brick-like Saft Altmann Motorbau 99 that turns as hard as it looks, the excellent Saft Altmann Motorbau 1144 that can bomb things and handle itself well, the long-range Tiger Mammoth that can deliver its payload practically anywhere in Himmelgard, and the ridiculous Mammoth Smuggler Custom that can deliver its payload practically anywhere in Himmelgard too, hopefully in one piece. So, what comes next after this? Well, we will be talking about planes that fly much higher than usual, with more power than usual. Anyway, that's all for now, and I will see you all next time. Hello there, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and click that notification bell button. If you really want to support my channel, you could visit my Patreon page, or buy me some coffee, links in the description. Anyway, have a nice day.